Good Friday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Missouri visiting with Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather Now, as well as WeatherValet. Chris, warm and hot the next several days.
Yeah, Joe, we got this high-pressure ridge that was over the southwestern United States and kind of putting us in monsoonal flow. Here to start August, we've had, precipitation sneaking in from the west when that thing flattens or moves a little bit further to the east or south and moves around. We would get some storms coming over the top of it, and that brought us some rainfall. However, that's shut off the last 2 days. The entire state of Kansas is not seeing any precipitation over the last 48 hours, and that is the start of a probably 10-day, 7 to 10-day dry period that'll go all the way through next week, where we don't see a lot of activity coming from the west. And what's happening here yesterday and today is that ridge has moved a little bit further east. It's directly over the area. That has increased our south-southwesterly winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour in the afternoon and pushed those temperatures up there into the upper 90s and low 100s. We expect that again today, probably again tomorrow, and that thing's going to just shift a little bit farther east, and then it'll retrograde back to the west during the week, and eventually by the end of the week, we got a trough that'll come from the Pacific Northwest, start flattening and breaking that ridge down. And as we go into the last week of the month, we could have systems coming back from the west and the northwest as that ridge is flattened and some cooler temperatures to end the month. Out there this morning, we're starting off with temperature readings in the middle to upper 60s out in Colorado. We got 69 in Colby, 69 here in Atwood. We got 75 in McCook, and that is the warmest reading. And we got a southerly southwesterly wind at 10 miles per hour. Again, we expect those winds to increase to that 15 to 25 this afternoon. Temperatures will be right around that 100 degrees. Tonight's low again in those upper 60s and around 70. Tomorrow's high, maybe a degree or two cooler. We've got these chances for some stuff out in Colorado as far as storms developing in the afternoon, working their way to that Kansas-Colorado border, maybe the Three Corners area tonight, this evening, and then tomorrow afternoon, evening, but more than likely staying out there to the west. We get to Sunday, Monday, that activity, that ridge kind of pushes further out of the area. Maybe one or two of those storms could sneak across the border, scattered there Sunday evening, Monday evening. If we picked up any precipitation through that period, it's probably less than a quarter inch. Maybe if you're lucky, get up at a half inch if you're under one of those storms. But again, the best bets are along the Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska border and out there in the counties in eastern Colorado. We get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Again, the temperatures are going to hold in those mid to upper 90s, continuing the southerly flow with the winds, staying dry, deflecting storms up to the north in the northern plains, out to the west in Colorado, lows in the middle 60s, and then we're looking for Friday evening next weekend and the following week with the increased chances for storms and our temperatures coming back down into the upper 80s and lower 90s.
Once again, that's Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather Now, as well as WeatherValet for 106.1 KYVZ. I'm Joe Missouri.